Happy New Month to you out there, and thanks for spending your afternoon with us on the show right here as we bring you the very best of sports in terms of analysis as well as entertainment, especially the commercial side of sports as well, talking about sports business news. I'm Samson Oloide, and this is The Arena. I'm not doing this alone. I've got with me an editor when it comes to sports, someone who is seasoned, an analyst and editor, is a jack of all trades when it comes to sports. Joba Ogunwale is with me in the studio this afternoon. Joba, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Samson. It's been a long time, but it's good to be back.
It's good to be back. I mean, when was last time you were in studio?
that was
4 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to chip in. Editor Paul Sports, so I can see you're repping.
Yeah, repping the brand.
So it's good to have you on board. But just before we started the show, that was the highlights of Liverpool's win over Manchester City, the Community Shield, season opener, curtain raiser. What do you make of the match itself?
I think it was a great performance from Liverpool.
Okay.
Yes, Manchester City had some moments in the game, especially towards the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. But overall, I think Liverpool deserved the win. Yes, I think they were happy to cede possession at some point to Manchester City, but they were dangerous on the break. They utilized their wings to a full effect. Salah and Luis Diaz were like, okay, we are incredible. And then I also think they stuck to their game plan. The game plan worked. I'm not really going to read too much into the win, you understand, but I think it's a good morale booster for Liverpool going into the new season. But even though I still think Manchester City are still the favourites to win the title. Yeah.
But with this win now, the first trophy at stake this season, going Liverpool's way, you don't think they have a psychological edge and possibly push for the quintuple in that sense?
The issue is this. I think in terms of consistency and all that, and squad depth and all that, I think that's really Manchester City will probably maybe edge Liverpool. Because if it's a one-off game, you could say that, okay, maybe Liverpool will go. Liverpool have the tools to actually go toe-to-toe with City. But because it's a marathon, it's a 38 game season, you understand? You really need to be like, okay, perfect for the whole season for you to like, okay, come out on top. If you look at the 2020 season when Liverpool won the league, I think they lost just one game before February, and then you could see why they actually won the league, you understand. Last season, they finished just 1 point behind City, and I think they lost just one game last season also. So you could see how difficult it is, you understand, especially if you actually keep dropping points like playing draws and all that. So that's why I feel like Manchester City will really will be the favorite again, because Liverpool don't have the squad. They don't have the squad depth that I feel like they can use to challenge City, and I don't think they are really that consistent. They will be consistent enough to challenge City all the way. But I expect a close title race again this season.
Okay. Let's look at it this way now. For Manchester City, yes, they've lost the battle, but the war is definitely on. Talking about the coming season, remember the Premier League starts next weekend, and there's so much to look forward to. But for Manchester City, let's look at it. There were issues. You know, we saw lapses, especially at that left back. Now we're moving to the Cucurella discussion. The news that just filtered in is that Manchester City has ended talks with Brighton over Marc Cucurella. What does this portend for Manchester City going forward, especially into the season, that left back position?
The thing is, last season they did not. I don't think City had a recognizable left back.
Yes.
Even you could say Zinchenko. Zinchenko started as a midfielder. He wasn't like he was converted to left back by Pep Guardiola, and he did not even get to play that much. So Joao Cancelo played that role. You understand? So I expect that to be the same situation going into the new season. And I think on Saturday, Nathan Ake played that role. And yes, if you look at it, how many left backs in the world can actually deal with, like, okay, maybe Luis Diaz or Salah, you understand? So I'm not really going to, like, okay, criticize his performance on Saturday. I think in the games, like in games against the lower teams that they are expected to beat, I don't think it's really going to be an issue for them, because most of the time Manchester City will definitely dominate possession and will control possession. So I think the only time that probably maybe the left back situation can be a problem for them is maybe if they meet a very strong counter-attacking side. You understand? So I'm not really going to read too much into it, because I think they have the quality to actually cover. Yes, there's nothing like having a natural left back, but I think they have the quality. I think the likes of Nathan Ake and Joao Cancelo are more than capable enough to fill in the gap.
Okay, let's see how it pans out. Remember, Brighton Hove Albion were holding out for £50 million from Mark Cucurella, and City felt that was just too much. Hence, the discussion ended. Let's move away from there now and talk about Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, champions of the Trophées de Champions. That's the French Super Cup. 4-0 against Nantes, and Neymar scoring a brace, and Messi getting a goal. Sergio Ramos with that impressive back heel. But for all of these, I mean, the talk has to be on Neymar. You know, during the summer, there were reports, he's said to be, filtered out of the squad and, sold to another club. But how fundamental is Neymar to either Christopher Galtier's project or the PSG project as a whole?
Neymar was like the start of the
project itself.
Itself, you understand. But right now, I think he's even third fiddle right now, because the priority now is Kylian Mbappe and then Messi. You understand. But I think yesterday he showed why he's still like crucial, because if you look at the first goal, he combined very well with Messi. He set up the goal, scored the free kick, won the penalty, you understand. So I think it was an all-round performance for him. The issue I just have is with him is can he stay fit throughout the course of the season, you understand? Because he was brought in for big money. He's still the most expensive player in the world, and yes, on an individual basis, you could say that his record in Ligue 1 hasn't really been bad. He has, especially if you look at his individual statistics. But PSG bought him for not just to win the Ligue 1 or something. They want to win the Champions League and all that. And if you look at his record for PSG in the Champions League, it has really, really been disappointing. So I think this new season is 30 already. Exactly. This season, I think, will be like a make a mark break for season for him in PSG, and I feel like it could even be his last season with the club. You understand? So I expect him to play a crucial role, but I just don't know if he can stay fit throughout the course of the season. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's turn our attention now to women's football. I mean, women's football has taken center stage across the globe over the past 3 weeks. Remember, just as we had the Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco, you also had the CONCACAF Women's Cup. You had the Copa America for women as well, known as Copa America Femenina. The Women's Euros ended yesterday, and finally, it came home. Talking about England's 3 Lionesses doing the job over Germany, 2-1. It was really difficult, but Sarina Wingman's women got the job done. What do you make of the match, and how does this impact the growth of women's football in England, especially going into a major tournament next year, which is the Women's World Cup?
To be honest, let me first say something. Okay. I was actually impressed with the quality of football on display at the tournament, you understand. Even not just the Women's Euros, at the Africa Women, Morocco played superbly, South Africa played superbly. Yeah, and I think the mistake people make is they try to compare the quality to men's game, which I feel it's unfair. Wrong, yes. You understand? But aside from that, I think England were the deserved winners. They played very well. And don't let us forget that this project started from Phil Neville. They've been showing this quality since when Phil Neville was in charge, and I think the Dutch manager that came on board to replace Neville as taking it a step further. They were really, really brilliant. They had an identity. They played to instructions and all that, and they were deserved winners.